boop. Okay, go.
Go, go, go.
Oh, hello.
Should we play D&D? Welcome.
Well done.
This is Hal G D&D, a homebrew campaign setting / game for 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons. I am RJ, the Game Master, and there's a bunch of people that are playing in this game that will introduce themselves soon, but if you are watching this, past, present, future, those that travel through timelines and shunt yourselves through the multiverse, go ahead and follow and subscribe if you have the means and wish to do so. May I ask, who are you players?
I'm Louis. I saw my character with a far cooler state than would ever be seen last session. And so that's what I'm working towards with every single step of this being now. And I play Ryan, the human Runelite fighter and artificer.
Ooh.
Fartificer, one might say.
Farts.
Yay!
Really? Y'all rag on me for my shit and that one gets a giggle? Alright.
I'm British, I get a free pass.
Yeah, your humor's so
And you
dry
know
and
it.
boring anyway, that's true.
It's very true.
Wow, right?
My apologies to Eddie Izzard, I'm sorry. Hi, my name's Faye. I play Faye, the half-elf warlock / sorceress who found out some shit about herself last session and does not like the clothes she was put in.
Poofy pants.
Good morning. My name is Jackie, and I play the warrior formerly known as Odira. Mickey, the ASMR warlock cleric. That was a thing.
That was a thing.
Yeah, that was the big reveal last session. Okay,
Yep.
like you used to be Odira. Okay.
No, there was a bigger reveal. Hush
Yeah,
was HR.
I was not. I actually had like a relatively nice and normal ancestor. Not okay. That's why we're Hush today, and we shoot diplomacy at people instead. She is a Tabaxi arcane trickster rogue. Still.
And I am Micah. I play Quinn, who was nobody but Quinn, because she's just cool like that. She doesn't need to be anyone else.
That's true. That's true.
Who is a winter ? Eladrin? Phantom rogue. We'll see.
She's just old.
Yep. It's fucking millennia old.
Not that old, guy.
So, again, thanks for joining us. And are we going to do a recap? Who's doing it? Are you doing it or am I doing it?
Probably you. Mine is just all like what you said word for word.
Oh, that will be long.
Yeah.
So, in this party's last adventure, still being in the coal quest, you took your wyvern mounts, your pets, out to the temple of the many-handed goddess, finding the overgrown temple to be less occupied than you might have wanted. Wandering inside, you found the pristine porcelain chapel on the interior with many statues that you started to walk past, one of them depicting a familiar patron to Mickey and Mother, the angel known as Serenity. You started to hear the faint music play, and in but a moment you found that Velana, the prime diviner, with an angelic harp, was strumming about on the stage, waiting for you to approach. And Mickey, as you did, and the rest of you did, she asked the question, are you ready to see the truth? You were then pulled by the many hands of Kier through some kind of dream portal. The rest of you fell asleep and were pulled into the dream with Mickey. Mickey, you found yourself walking through the garden, through the canvas, with Tuin, an Earth Genasi fella who has a penchant for avoiding eye contact. And he began to describe to you some of the known events that he had experienced in your company in the past, or in some other world time. He led you out of the garden room, which was familiar to the stage that you first saw Velana perform upon, though absent of a bluebell flower, which usually rests in its vase. He described to you the great events of the past. If anyone wants to know of all of the history that was given, go ahead and watch was it episode 30? Yeah, go ahead and watch episode 30. One by one, you were all found yourself walking through the garden in different bodies, different versions of yourself. As you met up with Mickey, Faye, you were presented as Dusty Roll, the reality bender, wearing a pearl necklace. Ryan, you were presented as Zarazar Brash, this great inventor of sorts and metal man warrior. Hush, you were presented as Ilthanu Umbaya, what you guys have called the head of HR, which really, really doesn't do it justice, but continue to troll if you need to. The person responsible for organizing the people of this operation, organizing the garden tenders, including Tuin, making contact with people from other places, and keeping communication live and open. Pretty much the manager of this place. And Quinn, you returned as only Quinn, surrounded by 4 felled warriors as these nightmarish, otherworldly aberrations started to pour in. Quinn, you arrived back at the party noticing a bunch of other people, threw some quips at them like, "Are you guys going to help or just stand there?" and pointed at Tuin and said, "You must be Rista." You engaged in battle with these creatures. You won, and Tuin described, like, "Don't celebrate yet. The toughest foe of Tenris's command hasn't yet presented their face." And but a moment later, after a few questions, the Deva Angel Serenity crashed into the ground with a mighty landing and brandished her 10-foot long, very, very sharp saber before you were all pulled back out of the dream. You all awoke at 8th level with a long rest, and Velana began to describe to you that this is essentially the saddest piece of what has happened in a previous time, and that they had never been able to, though they've tried, they've never been able to pull Serenity back from Tenris's enthrallment. And that's where we left you guys last time. So, what would we like to do?
Kind of just gonna look at Mickey and just see how she's doing.
She is just kind of standing there, staring at her feet.
Halgia, Tamiki, you there?
No answer.
I just go up and put my arms around her.
Yeah, I make eye contact with Rista, and I'm like,
She does not reciprocate. She just stands there.
I
in
didn't
your
expect
embrace.
it.
Well, that was a lot. So now that we know that we've been involved, well, part of us has been involved in the fate of the world and such. What do we do now?
I don't think it was us.
Yeah, I'm
It was
not.
relatives.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that works. Is she
I
like my
I mean,
great grandmother or?
take no offense to this, Hush, but you're terrible at HR. You'd be awful.
No, that's perfectly fine. I want to be terrible at HR.
Yeah,
This
it's not a good
whole
look for you.
well, that's a good thing it wasn't me. This Ilfanu person is a little too nice for me, a little too diplomatic.
Is it a name you've ever heard before? I mean, they share your
History.
last name.
Roll a history check.
Natural 20 for a total of 23.
Jesus.
24 now. Jesus
You know
Christ.
your whole family tree.
So, one of those random memories creeps up in your head from when you were a very, very, very small tabaxi. Before certain events had happened to you, like one of those almost embellished memories from when you were 2 or 3 years old, a human would experience in real life. Uh, that name has crossed your ear before, but you don't remember why or in what context.
I think when my parents were still around, that name was mentioned, but I really can't place about what that name was for or who that person was, but clearly we're related somehow.
I'll turn to Velana. How long has she been under Tenris's thrall? From the beginning, or I mean, is that like a recent development?
In that timeline, this was the first day. It gets worse.
Are you going to show us the worst, or
What was that, Kira?
are you going to show us the worst, or how does it get worse?
Maybe don't show all of us the worst. If you can.
I mean, in for a copper, in for a gold. If we're the ones who are responsible for, well, the future
Right.
as it is right now, we at least have to be presentable.
At its very worst, she would destroy all of you.
Hmm.
That's
I
bad.
don't continue to have the power um, to show you all the time, every day. My power is limited, especially without my tether.
How many times have you reset?
A great spell was used to do this, one that consumes a tether each time. I have used this spell 7 times now.
Which is up?
I think the need for quiet is at hand. And Velana walks near to Mickey and tries to turn you to go for a walk with her.
There's no resistance.
And she
Okay.
begins to walk you uh, toward the statue that either you're going to accept or you are trying to avoid. But she walks you over into that space. Rista stands there. She's shell shocked, doesn't understand what's going on. Uh, was a little too apprehensive to try to comfort Mickey, but stands there with the rest of you. She's like, perhaps wiser hands than ours. I hope.
Oh, you didn't go in there with us. You have no idea what happened, do you?
I I don't know. You all just fell asleep. It's been hours. It's been a long time.
Oh,
We got a
Okay,
lot to
that
catch up on.
explains the quizzical look.
we'll do a
Yeah.
Cliff Notes while
Yeah.
Yes.
Do our
Nikki
best to
and
fill her
Velana. Yeah.
She's like, okay.
So there's this
Wow.
time loop, right?
You were
That-
HR? That's crazy.
Please stop.
I had glasses. Can you
Yeah,
imagine this?
imagine that.
As I'm saying this, I'm sketching everything. By the
You
way,
don't already have glasses?
no.
I always kind of pictured you as a guy with glasses. I guess now it makes sense that
No, it doesn't make any sense. My eyesight is fine. There's no need for.
Do
For
you
now.
look extra handsome with
there's no
glasses?
need to
Less
get
handsome
up.
with glasses?
There's no need to get upset, Ryan. You are in the temple of the many-headed goddess,
I'm so,
which I didn't know
sorry.
that gods actually existed until coming here. So
Yes, neither did I. But now everything makes so much more sense.
Hmm.
Except for me needing glasses. That does not make any sense at all.
You really hung up on that detail, aren't you?
But why you need them to see? I don't need them to see, so it makes no sense why I need ancestor
Well,
to
I
be
mean,
needed
some
them.
people as they get older, their eyesight deteriorates.
So why
And-
aren't you wearing glasses?
Well,
I
because look
think
at
so.
well, I mean, look at your hair, dude. You're aging at a rapid pace. Apparently,
Yeah,
I'd be
20,
Yeah,
surprised.
you're
25
really
and
pushing 25 here.
yeah.
I'd be surprised if you didn't die of old age in like 2 years. You should get those glasses quick, man.
Maybe then actually, yeah.
Meanwhile, Mickey's like 20 feet away, sobbing hysterically, and we're just like, "What up,
We're murmuring.
nerd?"
We're being quiet.
I wouldn't say
Yes.
sobbing so much as catatonic.
That's a good word to describe this.
That's a great
Um,
name for a Tabaxi gin company.
looking looking at Quinn, there is a little bit of change. The skin has grown less pale, and some of the leaves on her wintry wreath that she wears on her head are um, changed to uh, fall foliage. It's kind of a mixture at this point.
Hmm. Aw. One gets sadder and one gets happier. All things in balance.
Oh, no. We did joke about that at the beginning, that by the end, like, I was gonna be super chipper, and Mickey was just gonna be, like, absolutely just, yeah, done with the world.
She goes war cleric halfway through the campaign.
Mickey, you arrive at the statue and you see that. Um, are you looking up, or are you just continuing to look at your feet?
Looking at my feet.
This response was to be. I'm sorry, that's a Rista voice. This response was to be expected. Somewhere very far beyond that enthralling gaze, her eyes still look to you with love.
No response.
And Velana begins to understand that there will be no response, so instead she starts to tell a story. A long time ago, when the garden was first being presented as an idea, and we began as cultivators working on these tethers, I made my first bluebell out of pure and raw magic of divination. The gifts of foresight it had. And it was my favorite. And as all things that you love so deeply and dearly, one should never covet, but give it away as a gift. And so I did. It's possible that that one still exists somewhere, though I gave it away a long, long time ago. I may not be a cultivator or the prime diviner without my bluebells. I still have some tricks yet. But you are something so much more powerful than myself, because you had the gift of family. That family is broken and taken away, and you have only to live in it or try and get it back. I tried to make sure that in this life, as Micaiah Thanen, you would be raised among someone who understood deeper than anyone else how important family really is, whether found or given or made. Most of them, and not that you see it, but Velana kind of nods over to the other group. Most of them lack family as well. Take stake in your found family, the ones who will protect you no matter what. And if there is a shred of that notion within your mother's heart, then she is not truly lost. She will be tough and ruthless, but it will hurt her to be tough and ruthless when it is not within her control. I believe she still understands what family means. She always loved you more than anything. In fact, when Tenris used his wily gaze on her, he was intending it for you, and she got in the way. An interposition.
Hmm.
Do you let this be? Or do you try to take back what was lost long, long ago?
Without looking up or saying anything. She just slowly extends her hand out to touch the statue.
Um, your hand goes up, and whether by your own disassociation and disorientation from gravity or by some sort of outside force, it's immediately pulled up onto the torso of this creature, or of this statue. Um, it feels somewhat warm to the touch in this moment. Colquest is kind of warm anyway, but it's strange. It feels different from the temperature around you. You feel the wings on your back start to pour out with energy. And as they peek out, and you all hear this dull pulse of energy emanating from that space. As Mickey, your wings completely unfurl for a moment. You take flight and your hand travels up towards the face of the statue. As you touch it, you can feel wetness coming from it.
I'll hug her.
Your wings pulse you forward and you wrap your arms around the neck of the statue. Velana looks up at you as you share this moment with a piece of porcelain. I think your choice is made.
And I'll whisper into the statue's ear. I will save you.
Do you try to whisper it out of earshot of Velana? Alright, roll a stealth check.
5.
Okay. You can hear it hit the back wall, and the porcelain interior of this place just reflects sound, and you're like, oh, that was a little loud. But you don't care. So you stay up there for a moment. Velana recognizes the need for space and begins to walk back towards the rest of you. You see this graceful prime diviner bard of a figure walking back towards you, and Mickey completely unfurled wings, just arms wrapped around the head of a statue. Be kind. And be aware of the need for space. You will all have moments like this at some point or another. You will need each other. The image that you saw in that vision, that does not define your future. Defines the future of someone that you represented, but it is not yours. This was near the end. In the year 1128. You are near the beginning. Do not leave personal matters to be regretted later. Tie up your loose ends. And then you will be ready. I cannot help anymore. She walks over towards the harp, and Rista calls out desperately at her. Where was I during this? Why couldn't I help? Val looks back at her, and with a cold but empathetic stare, this kind of strange dichotomy of expressions. She says, "This was not your destiny in the past," and starts strumming on a harp, plucking away these brilliant psalm-like compositions start to fill the porcelain space around you.
Man, we were just supposed to get a flower. That's all we were supposed to do, you know?
Sometimes it does start that simple, but we have a lot more stuff to do now. And I'm okay with that challenge. I think that's interesting.
Well, we have a year.
I mean, we did get a pretty cool Drake out of it, so yeah, I guess there's that.
We did get items. We met amazing people. We were getting to travel the world. That's something that most people can't really say for themselves.
I don't know if getting to travel the world. I think we're being forced to travel the world, but I know what you mean. So, so we need information.
And there's a beautiful library that we could visit to get that information.
Yeah, that's true. Um, so what's the polite thing to do? Should we wait for Mickey, or should Ryan and Rista stick behind and meet us at the library with her when she's ready? I don't know if she'd feel. I don't know. I don't want to feel pressured if all of us are just kind of sitting here waiting for her. You know.
I mean,
Maybe
we could
maybe
just
we can
ask.
wait outside.
Okay, that's a better option.
We certainly have enough to talk about between all of us, I think. Trying to figure this out. Maybe we just sit outside and give her some space and the time she needs.
Yeah, after a revelation like that, she's gonna need it.
Well, middle management, lead the way, and I'll gesture to Hush.
You know, you joke about these things, but now that I'm thinking about it, my ancestor, this Ilfanti lady, sounds a lot like how Tags used to run things. And I want to be closer to that, bitter as I am. I
Hmm.
can kick and scream about change all I want, but having a silver tongue can have its uses.
Well, all you need to do is steal enough wealth, and you'll get there eventually.
Hey, you're right.
Uh, and I'll kind of, and then start heading towards the door.
All right.
I need to go sort a few things out.
On your own?
Yeah. A lot of
Are
plans
you,
to be made.
are you staying behind to be emotional support for Mickey? Or are you coming outside with us?
I'll come outside, and then I will go back to Forven.
Okay. Well, if we're going to be brainstorming ideas, can we talk about them? I'm really interested in what you have in mind.
Oh no, this is just... I need a pair of glasses. So
Yeah, you do.
I will be going to do a lot of things. I'll be in the hotel room. You know where to find me. It's
Okay.
not going to be a surprise.
Are
Just
you
need a bit
okay?
of time. Oh, wonderful.
Insight.
I will stage whisper, I think his eyesight's starting to fail.
Who said that? Can't see him.
5.
Fail.
Hold on. This is possible for me to fail.
Oh yeah.
I did not fail that. Oh yeah, he's just stunning. It's great.
Okay, well, bye, Private Ryan.
Don't
You
need saving
guys-
yet.
Wow. How did that happen?
Who'd have thought it?
You guys all make your way outside and sit there for a minute contemplating. Mickey, you are sitting where you described. Rista does look around for you for a moment before going outside. Are you in a visible space? I recognize your need for space. But they don't take too long because we'll miss you. And she steps forward awkwardly and starts to walk and makes her way outside with the rest of you. The whole time you sit inside, in the way that you are, the music never stops playing. It just fills the space. And though you'd think that harp strumming fingers would wear out after a while, the crescendo of beauty in the notes that are played never ceases.
Before I leave, I take out a little piece of wire and I cast message. So I can do that now.
Mhm.
Sick.
I cast
Yep.
it to Mickey and I just say, I love you. And then I leave.
Aw.
Oh,
That's so cute.
She can respond to the message, as we all know.
You don't respond to his message. She doesn't respond.
I know she doesn't respond, but
Do I notice him pick up that brass wire and all that?
did you hang back while the others went outside for a moment to say that, or did you just do it in the presence of everyone?
I sort of did it in the presence of everyone, but to the side, because I was just walking to my wyvern.
What's your passive perception, Faye?
Me? 16? 16.
Then I think sure.
I'll kind of just shoot Ryan a glance and be like, did you just cast something?
No. And I leave.
5 minutes out of a dream. The dude's got spells. Okay, sounds good.
You take off on Cosmo and go ahead and roll an animal handling check for your journey.
15.
15 is good. All right. You take off into the sky and you can see Ryan on his wyvern leaving over the forest. And then 4 of you remain sitting here waiting.
Everybody sure seems to love splitting off by themselves, don't they?
I think a lot of us have things to do.
Yeah,
There's sort of a pressure of time now.
true.
Though, like I said, if she said that vision was from 1128, we have a year before things get to that point. We do have some time.
Yeah, lots of time, actually.
I mean, not that we can't try to end this sooner than that.
Oh, maybe I should have said this when you guys went outside, but it's the middle of the night right now. You guys got here in the morning. It's the middle of the night.
Oh.
Rista did say that hours had passed by. Literally, that long rest was literally you guys sleeping inside of a dream spell.
Okay.
Wow.
Good to know.
So we already have a long rest?
Let me update my calendar then. 'Cause I was a day behind.
So it was not a magical you got a long rest in 5 minutes of dream. It was an actual y'all passed out for like 12 hours. Got it.
Yeah, basically. By your guess, who's proficient with survival?
I think I am.
Me.
Oh, like
I
all of you.
definitely am. Yeah.
You guys can all
No,
roll.
I'm not. I'm not proficient. Shockingly, the sailor somehow is not proficient.
I don't need to survive. I know how to drive.
Pretty much.
What do we got?
Oh, do you want us to roll?
Were we rolling?
Yeah.
19.
13.
You'd figure it'd be about 2 o'clock in the morning at this point.
Jeez, I'm crikey.
You look over at Rista. She has bags under her eyes. She goes, I'm so fucking tired.
Why didn't you sleep?
I was waiting for you all to wake up.
I mean, we were sleeping. Should have taken a nap with us.
That lady just kept playing music. I can't sleep with all the reverberating sound in there.
This is gonna throw off our sleep schedule. That's what that's gonna happen. Well, y'all's sleep schedule. Is the library even open at 2 in the morning?
It is if you're brave enough.
I really don't want to break into a library. I don't think we need to break into a library. We can probably wait 5 hours or 6 hours for it to open.
But I really want to go find out stuff now.
I know, but there'll be no one to ask if there's any questions or if we need to find books. Like, what are we going to search the whole damn library?
Yes.
How many?
Yes, we do.
How many alarm spells are we going to trigger? How many night guardians are there? Who's going to get us coffee if we need it while we're reading?
Not
Pretty sure
fucking me.
librarians don't do that anyway.
They do if you're brave enough.
Hush is gonna spin over to Quinn with her like fingers folded together and eyes all big. It's like, do we have to wait till morning for the library to open to go in? Can we go now, please?
I think it's probably best to wait until they're expecting people to be there.
Rule-abiding adults are so boring.
Out of character, but I will say this is the best I've ever seen of two rogues doing no theft or B&E for like 8 fucking levels.
Yep.
We're not that kind of rogues.
Or not like other rogues.
We're rogues, not thieves. God.
Yeah, I'm not a thief subclass, so it's fine.
Sure.
Mickey, what's going on with you? When do you end up doing stuff?
She does not. She will sit there for hours.
After about half an hour, I probably would have just like opened the door and been like, all right, well, we'll be back at the hotel. Bye, Mickey.
I'm going to wait.
I'm planning on waiting as well.
What did you say, Micah?
I was planning on waiting as well. If they head back, I'll still sit outside. I don't know. I don't remember what the outside of this place looks like, but if there's something, probably just sitting like on the ground, leaning against something.
Yeah, there's like these white columns that come up. There's overgrowth of vines, and very close by, there's like these birch trees that are hung over the top. On the walls themselves, there is like this birch bark pattern to it. There are a few benches and pedestals and stuff like that on the like exterior balcony or porch walkway.
Rista, if you want to go lay down on one of those for a bit and take a nap, I can wake you up when she comes out.
She puts her hand on her shoulder, looks at you with bloodshot eyes, and goes, "Thank you."
All right. I
You
guess
two can head back. That's fine.
now I'll stick around. You're right. I should be here for Mickey when she gets out. It's not like I need to sleep anyway.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's not really any point for us splitting up and we're all just going to go to the same place later. We have to wait regardless. And Mickey's going through a lot right now.
You just hear Tiefling snoring.
Like immediately, damn.
Poor baby.
Oh, been there.
So,
All right. Ryan, the journey for you is a couple of hours, maybe 2 or 3 hours. Maybe it's not that long. I can't remember how far it is. Hold on. You go back to Forburn. Yeah, maybe 2 hours tops. You arrive around 4 in the morning. Check back into your hotel. They're like, "Would you like your pillows changed? Would you like a complimentary mint for your pillow?"
Oh, that would be wonderful, thank you.
Excellent. Then you realize you just checked into the fancy hotel, and then you were like, "Wait," and then you go back to your own hotel. And what are you trying to accomplish in the hours that pass?
None of the shops are open. Obviously, it's 4 in the morning.
Yep.
So, I will go back to my room. I will take out my smith's tools. I will take out the dusty scrap of fabric that's the old banner in my backpack. I will tie it around my head, and on the knot at the front, I will use my new magical tinkering to create essentially a torch from it. A torch of light.
motherfucker made a headlamp.
Yep. And I will get to work on finishing off my hand axe.
All right, go ahead and roll tinkering, smithing check.
Smithing check. 30.
30. What was your percentage before on the hand axe?
It's 45.
And what tier component are you using?
Just a tier 1.
30.
Jesus Christ.
I rolled a 19 plus 11.
Go directly to hell.
30.
It was 2 benefits, so I think it's only 25% I get.
25%, yeah.
I don't think the table went up that high. I think it was just anything over 20.
26. It was anything over 26.
Oh, okay. That's not
Okay, that's 70%. I will spend another 4 hours if needed to finish it off. I can't finish it off in one session, but
Alrighty.
I will
So
basically
as
spend another 4 hours doing it anyway.
those 4 hours pass by, you start to tinker with it. You can see it just. Do you want to make a description of how you're tinkering?
I'm still trying. This is still the point of me trying to get it to go to where I want it to, essentially. So, kind of like figuring out the arcane decision between, arcane connection between the kind of the belt or my hand or my glove or any sort of rune with the rune on the hand axe itself, and just trying to get it to move towards there.
All right.
I make some progress. It's getting there, but it's not quite returning as I'd like it to.
You think that you haven't finished, and you're like, yes, and you get it to, and it teleports back, and it's like stuck in the drywall behind you. You look over at what you've just done to this hotel room, and then you shrug it off. The place was not in great shape. First place.
I take the hand axe out and cast Mending on the wall.
Nobody saw this.
No one saw this.
There we go.
calculation change, and I'll do another 4 hours on it.
Okay, before that happens, you guys have just been sitting here waiting, talking with each other.
I think after a little bit of sitting, Quinn's gonna kind of like get up and like stretch out a little bit, rub her shoulder a little. Hush, you just got that rapier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Want to practice with it a bit?
Yeah! She's immediately on her feet. Like,
And
I
guess we'll just
was
do some
this,
warm-ups.
I was
Yeah.
this cool, diplomatic tabaxi several hundreds of years ago, probably. And we fought these amazing shadow monsters, and those guys were a piece of cake. So don't go easy on me, Quinn.
If you say so.
Oh god.
Ah!
All right. You guys begin to spar and come at each other with different rapier techniques. Quinn, yours is much more refined, but Hush, you have a bit of this wily, whimsical style that's pretty unfamiliar to you in your defense methods. Like, people don't usually just go all crazy and quick like that. Why don't you both roll a series of 3 contested acrobatics checks?
Cool.
All I can think of is Samurai Champloo. That's all I can think of.
22.
17.
It catches you off guard. The whimsical attack method, and you find yourself like thrown off for a minute, Quinn. And Hush, you feel really great about that, even though you basically did a cartwheel, then a full 360 spin, and came from the side.
Gwen had
Second
like
tier.
pulled back a little bit so she didn't accidentally like slice open your leg because she wasn't expecting you to cartwheel all of a sudden.
Come on, Quinn, you saved the world. Show me what you got.
Well, natural 20, so 24.
That will be a total of 14.
On the second round, you try a similar thing, except this time you sidestep. You do like a breakdance double leg throw, and as you come back down, the rapier is right under your chin. Quinn's already waiting there for where you landed.
All right, maybe not like that.
You asked for it.
I did.
Oh no, wasn't good.
Natural 20, total of 31.
What's your acrobatics?
11.
What the fuck? Why am I playing this game with you?
I thought yours was high up there like that too.
Mine's a +4. I'm not proficient.
I didn't know that.
That's an 11.
All right. In this final bout, right as the rapier falls under your chin and you guys exchange that quip, Hush, you realize in that moment, you just have this like spark of inspiration. I'm the fastest motherfucker that ever lived. And you just roll off to the side. You do like a barrel roll and you start circling around Quinn, and Quinn, like, even trying to sidestep and even turning the opposite way, you're unable to keep up with the footwork of this crazy tabaxi youngster that you've been sparring off with. Eventually you go to stick out your blade to stop it, and Hush, you grab Quinn's wrist, turn it back and turn it up under her, like up behind her back, and stick the rapier up to her chin.
That's the bad shoulder. Oh, okay. Release.
All right, fine. I think we're done.
Alright, well, I will admit you are better at that than I thought.
And I will admit that fighting you is really cool and insightful. I have to, like, think about things first when I have to fight you.
I mean, that can benefit you, though sometimes you don't really have time to think. So just having the reaction time is also pretty good.
Yeah, that's true. But you are a really powerful fighter. And I have been watching you, do your thing for, man, how long have we been together now? 3 months?
Couple weeks.
A few months.
It's literally
It
been like
felt
a
like a
month.
really long time.
It does feel like a really long time. But yeah, you're right, 2
It's fair.
weeks.
You just hear that echo from inside the church.
So this shared moment, I would say you guys practiced for a good 40 minutes or so. Um, Starting out with that slow sparring technique, just rapier dancing, and eventually got to this point where you had your little final bout.
Mhm. I'd say I would have been practicing some of the new things that I wanted to try out on Hush.
I mean,
Okay.
you're welcome
New
to.
maneuvers that I had. So that
Oh
probably would have been
shit.
part of the earlier.
Wait, did you take
stuff.
it? Did you take it? Did you take it?
No, I didn't take a level of fighter, but I have a few
Okay,
of the new
okay.
tricks. So
Oh, okay.
I did not even read what you guys took at 8th level. I am just ready to be surprised.
Good.
I kind of have a feeling I know what Quinn did, but.
hmm
And then I was like foreshadowed as to what Hush did with her 8th level feat, and I don't really know what it is, so I'm ready to be surprised.
Good. I promise it's annoying.
Oh yes,
I don't know
it's
if that's a
very.
Is it
problem
as
for
annoying
friends.
as mobile?
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes.
in before Sentinel.
Oh yeah, guys, I took Sentinel. No one's moving anywhere.
Next campaign RJ runs, we all take Sentinel, we all take Mobile.
Can we all just like be Sentinels for Sword Break too?
If you guys want to do a campaign like that, I kind of have a little shop plan for that. But
No.
back to this.
Yes.
hmm
4 hours go by.
I'm
Uh,
yeah.
Unless Faye, you want to do anything?
I was just gonna read my book.
Oh fuck! Really? Okay.
Yes. Yeah, I was like, all right, I
What
mean
do you
we're just chilling. I'm gonna read my book.
hmm
All right. Hold on, I have to open the tables page.
That's all right. I can't remember if I've already rolled this one before. Given how I was about to say, given how how these books tend to go, I probably would have waited until they were done sparring in case shit happened.
Okay. Here it is. What's the number?
I rolled a 1. I feel like I've already done that before.
You did.
No, you haven't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I would have waited until they were done sparring in case all of a sudden, like, I didn't want mid sword fight one of them to like get paralyzed or something.
Ugh. Um,
Oh no! Come on, dude.
you come on, dude. You know what these books are capable of.
You did this to yourself.
I did. Okay.
I'm gonna roll a 20 for Rista, but Hush and Quinn, could you roll a 20, please? We're gonna take the lowest roll for this.
Please don't be Rista. She needs sleep.
Natural 20 for Rista.
19.
You
What do
get
we got?
Hush?
What?
I was asking, what did Hush get?
19.
I also got a 19.
Holy shit.
Roll off again.
16.
6.
Please don't die.
I mean, it's
Point out,
enchantment. It's not
honestly,
necromancy.
honestly, I deserve it after what happened when I rolled the one reading a book.
Yeah, this is gonna be
This is karma.
retributive. Oh god.
Oh no. Ooh.
Micah, I'm so sorry.
No, this is great.
Oh no.
This is payback.
As you open the book, your hand flies off the page and your finger goes into this compulsion and points. And you point directly at Quinn.
Mm-hmm.
As you do, this voice comes through with your voice and just shouts a word in deep speech. You feel a crippling pain enter your body. That injury in your shoulder just pulses and it hits your whole entire nervous system. You now have disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws other than Constitution saving throws. If you try to cast a spell, you must succeed in a Constitution saving throw, or the casting is wasted.
What?
Was this an enchantment book?
Cool.
You had power word pain cast on you.
Ooh.
Oh.
Now you're just suffering from crippling pain. It's an enchantment spell.
Do I see this?
I mean, yeah, she
go,
probably.
pain.
Yeah,
Whoa,
she
whoa,
would have just
whoa.
probably just dropped to her knees, grabbing her shoulder.
Wait, I didn't hit you that hard. Are you okay?
I am going to immediately throw the book aside and run to Quinn. I'm sorry. I was just going to do some reading. Okay, you're not okay. What
book thing?
This is a book thing.
Hey!
No, it's not your fault. Oh, Jesus. And she's trying to unclench her muscles.
All right, roll a Constitution saving throw.
Oh God. I don't think my Constitution's very good. Oh, it's +2. Okay, 16.
16. After about 3 minutes or so of just this crippling pain, it finally goes away. You feel the blood rush back into your shoulder, that cooling sensation.
I think it's mostly gone now.
Oh, I'm glad I waited until you were done fighting.
I appreciate that.
You see Rista has woken up from your initial scream, and she goes, "Everyone, shut up, please. I'm trying to sleep." And then goes back to sleep.
She's so cranky. When does Mickey get up to talk to her?
Am I still the immediate pain subsided? Do I still have disadvantage on everything? Okay, just check.
Oh, I'm real sorry about that, Quinn.
It's fine. It's fine. We know these books do weird things. Oh, jeez.
I was gonna crack
Did you
open
read
mine,
it
but...
at least?
No, but I didn't close it yet.
Okay, maybe don't waste it. You might as well just go get your reading in.
Are you sure?
Yeah. No, I'm fine. It's like I said, it's gone away, I think.
You okay?
Yeah, I'll go back and read.
Roll
Shamefully.
an Arcana check. Roll a shameful Arcana check.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm a little too distracted and shook up. That's a 2, baby.
No.
That's a 2.
Oh no.
Yep, you are distracted and shook up, and it's really hard to focus on this.
Yep. Oh well.
I'm just gonna go back to sitting against one of these stone pillars.
Ugh.
Quinn?
Hmm?
If I opened my book, would you be upset?
No. Like I said, we know these things happen.
I'm gonna stand way over here.
Okay. Yours is the illusion book, right?
Yep.
Go ahead.
Don't roll one.
Yeah, don't roll a 1.
It's just a 20, right?
Yep. Ones are the bad
17.
ones. Okay.
Oh. As you open the book, it looks like a bunch of bats fly out of the book, and as they do, they swarm around you, and they are just loud and flapping and distracting, these bats.
This is annoying.
Roll an Arcana check while these bats are swarming in your face.
23? Yeah, 23.
All right. Out of the 2 hours of reading, those bats last for about 10 minutes, and progress is slow while that's happening. But after that, you start to read and you begin to incorporate the philosophies of what this illusion writer had to teach. As you do, you start to understand some of the basic concepts. That illusion is not a physical presence, but more the manipulation of someone's actual perceptions in their mind. It has more to do with the person perceiving the illusion than it does the actual illusion being present. That's what you get out of a 2-hour reading session.
I'm going to jot that down.
Eventually, the 4 hours pass by. Mickey, are you remaining in the temple? May I ask how long? Okay. Ryan, you can go ahead and roll your second check.
12.
Oh,
Not
that
quite as
one.
good. Yep,
Damn.
that's still 10%.
That's amazing.
Can't roll below a 12.
This time, you make a little more progress, and you get the thing to successfully like teleport near you, and it cling onto the ground. And then there comes a moment where you try to pull it back to you, and you hear it cling outside of your bedroom or outside of your hotel room, and you don't know where it went.
Well, that's probably a good stopping point, so I'll go and try and find it. And then I'm
Look,
going to head
Mom,
outside in here.
an axe. It's got pretty scrawlings on it.
What have you got there? An axe! No!
Gee whiz, Ma. Can I keep?
I'll try and recall it again.
Wow, it's so shiny in my little tiny hand. Whoa!
Really?
And it almost goes to your hand. You go to catch it like out of the air, but it's just flying too fast, and it ting 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 ting. Oh, gee.
Oh, that kid's gonna have nightmares.
You can't have an axe, anyways.
It's too big for him. I would like to go to a. What's the word for the shop? I need to go to a shop, and I need to get coffee, but I don't know what the name of the shop is, so bear with me on that one. If anyone else wants to do stuff in the meantime.
Okay. That crafting session would have taken 4 hours, and then that takes you to the morning. The sun rises over the morning about 6:30 a.m. at this point for the rest of you. What are we doing?
So are we going in to talk to her?
Yeah, we're gonna have to pull her out. I don't know what's going on, but it's taking too long. Restart!
What?
Listen, Mickey's been in the temple for like hours. Can you talk to her, please?
I think we all should.
Well, yeah, but if she's gonna listen to someone more than like
Hush!
Rista.
You listen!
First of all, tone. Don't talk to me like that.
Don't talk to me like that.
I'm giving you
All I
this.
was
Don't
gonna
talk to
say
your.
was, you listen. Okay, I will.
Okay,
Thanks.
great.
I haven't had coffee. I just needed to get that out.
Not an excuse to be so cranky.
I'm
That's
just
not
Says
gonna kind
the
of.
exactly a ray of
says the
sunshine from what we
Tabassi
hear.
that has to get the full 8 hours of sleep.
Yes, because I know my worth. Anyway,
I'm just
now
gonna
that you
like
talk to me,
slowly look at Quinn
All
and be
right.
like,
You're right. You're a queen.
I don't need coffee to function.
I do. Please, may I have some?
Well, Miki likes to use magic to make her water taste like coffee. So if you really want some coffee, try talking to her
I
and
know
see if
that's why
she's in the mood
Mickey
for
is
it.
so wonderful, among other reasons, but there's also the coffee thing.
Yes.
I
So
hold, I hold
steps.
that, I hold that a cup of warm coffee flavored water.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Faye.
This actually doesn't have caffeine in it, does it?
Mm, yes, actually, it does. Magic is wonderful.
Deception check.
Oh yeah.
The placebo effect on the
I'm gonna
caffeine.
say at disadvantage because Rista is a wizard.
She fucking smart.
I'm gonna go with okay. So that would be 6 + 8, 14.
Okay, you still beat her. That's interesting.
Oh please! I've been adventuring with them for a month. You think I don't realize how addicted they all are to coffee?
That makes sense. Hush. I am sorry I raised my voice at you. But you all woke me up very early.
It
Just did
sucks,
not get
doesn't it?
enough. It does. I see how you feel sometimes now.
It seems like we're at an understanding.
All right. Also, who was screaming in pain last night, and why?
Oh, that was me.
I read
Don't
a
Why?
worry.
book.
I'm better now.
Oh, those things are fucking dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. You died last time.
Eh,
We're
allegedly,
even now. It's fine.
we're good. All right, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go talk to
Rista
Mickey.
opens the temple door, walks inside, and is
I think
going
we're all gonna
to.
follow.
Oh
I think
yeah.
we're all going in. Yeah.
She's going to investigate unless you're readily available.
I don't have anything that could be used to reveal her position. Okay.
She couldn't have gone far. Iki.
Sorry, this page is loading very slowly, and yeah, it is.
It's all right.
Investigation check.
Sure. Why not? 14. And I'll look around.
18.
19.
Oh, y'all are that kind of rogues. Got it.
I
Is there
rolled
any
real low.
Mickey to find in here, or do you
She's
want to?
still sitting in the same position.
Who rolled 19?
Me.
All right. You come around a corner and you see at the base of the statue Mickey just sitting with her legs tucked within her own grasp.
Hush is going to very slowly approach and very quietly say, hey, can I come sit with you?
No response.
Alright, I'm gonna come sit with you. Don't be mad. She's gonna sit down next to her. Are you sitting in front of the statue?
She is just kind of like leaning against it.
Are you worried about the goddess, your mom, Velana, the whole thing? I understand if you are.
You notice also Rista sits on the opposite side and just stays quiet and just starts gently rubbing your back with a very gentle hand. And as she does, Quinn and Faye, you approach. Um, Passive perception scores, please.
Passive perception of 16.
Also 16.
All right, so the two of you notice a soft circular light right above Mickey's head that wasn't there before.
Mm. Uh, Mickey, you got a little something up here.
No response.
I'll go sit down on like the other side of Hush. Just be there.
You've been in the temple for hours. You have to talk to us at some point, Mickey. We're worried. Is there
She
something? Oh,
she is just staring forward, barely like blinking. There's no light in her eyes. She is, when I say catatonic, I mean
what about Jolene? I'm sure she misses you too. Want to go talk to Jolene or pet her for a little bit?
You feel a drip on your head. Hush. You look up and you see that the statue you've been sitting under has these uh, tear like streams of water that are just rolling off the cheek and dripping onto the floor. You realized you sat in a small puddle as well.
Oh, we'll take care of that later. Guys, I don't think she's gonna move unless we like take her out or something.
Mm.
I know I'd prefer not to, but we can't be here all day.
Uh, well, hopefully Mickey will forgive me.
Don't do
And
it.
mm,
You said we don't do it to us.
well,
I mean, you can if you want to, but that's what Rista would say.
I will respect Rista's wishes.
Oh, so what are we gonna do? If we leave her here, she's going to stay here.
I'm gonna try. I'm gonna get up from where I'm sitting next to Hush and move around, like in front of where Mickey is, and just sort of like kneel down in front of her and like not take her hands because I think they're probably like clasped around her legs, but just kind of like put her hands over hers. Mickey, I know we just learned a whole lot, and I know this is very painful for you right now. And it's gonna take time. for that to all be sorted out in your head. Feelings are messy. They're not easy. But what might help is to take some action, too. Now, I know I want to help save your mom. I know you do, too. So I think we need to get up and start moving towards that goal. Doesn't mean you can't be sad. Doesn't mean you can't be worried or need some more time to yourself. But we're here for you, too.
You see, as you speak to her, her gaze before you start speaking is unfocused, like she's looking through you. And as you talk more, you see it start to focus back onto your eyes. And you see a tear start to roll down her face. And as you end your speech, her face just starts to crumple. And she starts to cry.
She's gonna use, like, the grip she has on her hands to try to pull her forward a little bit. And just, like, wrap her arms around her.
And there's no resistance. She just sobs into your shoulder.
So just kind of, like, make eye contact with Arista over Mickey's shoulder and just be like,
Risa
get
awkwardly,
in on this. Like, kind of.
awkwardly walks over.
I'll shoot Quinn a little thumbs up behind Mickey's back. Well done.
Rista gestures to the two of you. Come on in for the group hug.
Alright, group hug it is. Okay, okay.
It's a big pile on Mickey.
She purrs.
I'll go in for the group hug too.
Right.
Besides, it would really suck to go through all this and save your mom and have you not be there when it happens.
Yeah.
She just sobs for a long time.
You've been holding it in all day. Let it out.
All night, you mean? Sorry, I'll stop. We're gonna go back for her.
Mm-hmm. Everything's gonna be okay.
And family is more powerful than this. That's what I heard the harp lady talking about.
Bailana.
Yes.
The harp lady?
She kind of gives like a tear-filled chuckle. Finally
Yay, laugh!
looks up at all of you. Where's Ryan?
I think he's making glasses?
He had some
He
things he
didn't-
wanted to work on
Mm-hmm.
to help get this process started.
But I know he misses you too. He just wanted to give you some space.
Okay.
You ready to go?
She'll look up at the statue one more time. And then nod.
As you nod, the stream, the like slow, steady drip of the statue of the crying angel stops and begins to dry. The halo on your head gets brighter as you start to take your first step.
I'll stand up and stretch. All right. So go kill a cultivator and save an angel. We got this.
Yeah. You know, it's hard. It's hard to know what all this looks like without seeing it, but I think I prefer it that way. Rista takes a look back at the statue as you start to exit the temple, if that's what you choose to do. She says, "We're coming back for you, Mama."
Oh. Okay. All right, Mickey. What do you want to do? Do you need
Yeah,
some
two
sleep?
options.
Do you need some research? Do you need some coffee?
All of the above, it sounds like.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So sleep, then coffee and research?
Um, coffee.
Coffee it is.
Yes,
do
please.
You want to go back to Corver and go get some coffee? Ryan's gonna be there. By the time we get there, he should be done with whatever he's working on.
Good to fly?
Hmm.
Right. You all board your wyverns. Um, though you didn't ask for it, many hands help you board your wyvern, and for a moment, Mickey, you see these hands as like these porcelain hands of compassion, and then realize that the real hands that are helping you are the hands of your friends and the like around you. You get up onto Jolene, and the hands let you go to let you fly free.
Aw.
And let's all make animal handling checks.
Oh no.
Son of a bitch.
Am I still at a disadvantage? I don't
Oh,
remember. Did that thing go
shit.
away?
That thing
Am I-
went away.
Oh, okay.
Great. 17.
7.
15.
No team, just a 7.
7.
Oh no.
My wyvern's clumsy. What's yours excuse?
All right. So, as a group, even though Ryan made this journey in an hour and a half, it's going to take us all 2.5 hours. As
boy.
Mickey's flying very slowly and cautiously, and Faye, you crash land with Becky every so often. Quinn, Hush, what were your rolls?
17.
And what was that, Quinn?
15.
Okay. Yeah, you guys are fine. You guys are just kind of like bored as you're flying and realize that no one else is keeping up with you. Rista also
At some
rolled a
point,
3. So.
Oh
I was
god.
going to say, at some point, I'm going to circle back and just keep mine underneath the others. Like, just in case someone falls, because it looks like they're not doing so hot on the flying thing. So I'm going to keep Xanthi underneath the rest of them.
There does come a point where Rista starts to tip off of Darling and actually loses her seating position and falls
shout
off,
up to her.
grabs
Oh,
onto
okay.
the wing, and is like dragging one of the wings as you see like airplanes crashing that way.
Okay.
And then
I'm gonna
realizes
try to-
that and lets go. And go ahead and roll. Roll an animal handling check to try to catch Rista on her way down.
9.
Did she crash on me?
Yeah, you let Rista go. She's going to take a bit of damage.
Oh my god!
Oh no.
I rolled a natural one.
Oh
Yeah.
no. No, she's
So the cushion of the fall doesn't make it too bad, but she does take 14 points of bludgeoning damage.
What?
right.
50-foot fall.
Damn.
And just hits a tree, spins out, and lands. And then Becky and Faye crash land at the same time. There's this whole just pile of stuff.
What is wrong with all of you? She's gonna like swoop down to
I'm
like,
so much
make
better
sure
on
they're
a ship.
okay.
Darling rotates around and makes eye contact with you, Quinn, and it's like, "Wah!" Like doesn't know what the fuck to do.
I know, sweetie, it wasn't your fault. Risa, maybe don't drive when you're sleepy.
But eventually, you guys all regain what you had lost, take back to the skies, and take it very, very slow, and get back to Foravern about 9 o'clock in the morning.
Oh my god.
This is what I get for being law abiding. I've missed at least an hour of reading time at a library.
So, you stable your wyverns and go to meet with Ryan. At that capacity, I think we're going to take our little break here. So, thanks for watching this stuff. And we'll be back in about 5-10 minutes.
Yep.
Welcome to Jackie Cucks America.
That was on stream, by the way.
Excellent.
Guest stars.
I was
All of
hoping it
us.
was.
Hi, welcome back. We're about to play D&D again, despite everyone's
Are we?
best effort not to.
Ladies.
Yeah, that.
Aha. How'd you get Rista then?
You guys?
Yeah, let's
I
get
We're
just-
back in
I just like,
Forvern.
what are we doing?
You guys are back in Forvern, knowing the hotel that Ryan and the rest of you were all staying at. Where would you like to go? What would you like to do?
We're gonna check
I
in
want
with
to take a
that
peek
guy.
at Ryan. Yeah.
Let's see how Ryan Bob's doing.
All right. You go back to the hotel. You make your way up the stairs, finding the giant suite that you guys have held for a couple of days now. And you hear cling, 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 cling.
Well, I guess she's not
Gently.
done working on stuff.
She's concentrating. Gotta gently open the door.
Roll
I
stuff.
could open an axe flies at your face.
Yeah, I was gonna say the axe starts going like.
I just kicked the door open. Ryan! No.
16 for a total of 27.
Oh, I have no idea. Flat out no idea.
What's it look like in there?
I mean, I stay fairly tidy when I'm making things, oddly enough. So
You have glasses on?
no,
Damn.
I haven't picked them. I haven't sorted that out yet.
Ryan's just sitting at a work table, just with a little chisel, just tinkering runes into an axe. He picks it up, throws it, and then roll an intelligence check, Ryan.
11.
11. It teleports back near his hand, but instead hits the wall and just sticks there. He walks over, picks it out of the wall.
Cast mending on the wall again.
You can see these very faint scar marks in different parts of the wall.
Someone needs to do the Matthew Mercer, like, projectile hitting the wall noise.
Hush is going to crawl on the floor and kind of just peek her head over his work table, looking for his blueprints and notes and schematics. And she's gonna try and paw it off the table and take a look.
Good luck, because it's by my side the entire time. The book that
I
I keep on my
am-
belt.
Roll a sleight of hand check. And roll a perception check.
Shit.
Oh, I won't notice.
18.
Yeah, 8.
So interestingly, you walk back to the work table after this last casting of mending, and your blueprints are off the table. They're not there.
I minor illusion some fake blueprints on the table.
Okay, so they are there. They look weird.
I try and pick them up.
He just says
Your hand
butts,
passes
butts,
through the
butts,
illusion.
butts.
She's just underneath the table, just her nose in the notes.
Right, I search the room for where these notes can be, because there's an
Roll an
illusion of notes
investigation
on my
check.
table.
I just shut the door. Alright, they're fine.
11.
11. So it's hard to hide under a table with notes with someone specifically rummaging around the room, and eventually you just see this tail going.
I
Sorry.
grab the tail and I pull it out.
No!
Your claws streak against the floor, leaving scar marks on the wooden floor, and you just have the blueprints like this.
I just wanted to see what you were doing.
There's an easy way to see.
You're
You could've-
secretive. No.
Have you ever asked?
No, but you're secretive like that. You're private
And
sometimes.
now, if you ask, the answer will still be no. It might have been yes if you'd have asked before.
I throw the door open. Talk about the pot calling the kettle black, kitty cat, and I'll shut the door again.
I'm gonna gently open the door back up again. We're gonna go get coffee. Did you want to come with us?
Is
I want to hang out with Ryan.
No,
Mickey
copyright,
with you?
please.
Yes, she's here.
yes, I will come and get coffee.
Wait, you're leaving? No,
Yes.
I wanted to talk
I've
about.
just finished this. Like I've almost finished this, but I need a break because have you seen how many mistakes have been made?
No, looks like you fixed them all.
Then that has worked at least. Okay, anyway, I need a break from this. But I'll be coming back because I need to finish this off. So
Can I read your notes?
no.
Okay.
So, together, you all begin to wander off to a local coffee shop. Did I put a coffee shop in Forward?
I know which coffee shop's in Forward. Just tell us who's running this branch.
Okay, is it one of the chain ones, or is this its own thing? Because it's in like a secret island.
No, it's the like secret brother of the chain that doesn't know that the rest of the chain doesn't know about.
It's the flagship store. This is where it all started.
Wow.
No, we know where that one is. I've been to that one.
Yeah.
It is canon that Quinn said she has been to that one.
Very cool.
You walk a couple blocks down the street, and eventually you do see the Syndra and Kritza's branch here at the Coal Quest, though the sign is a little more subtle, the decorations are a little more subtle. You get inside. There are a few friendly dwarves behind the counter. One of them kind of walking around with a tray serving coffee and pastries and whatnot. You see the decor on the walls. There's some random like symbology of some different organizations that you don't understand really. Just kind of these different tacky decorations of heirlooms that seem to like replicant heirlooms that seem to mean something to someone else, but doesn't seem to mean a whole lot to you guys. Here there would be like this on the wall on like a coat hook. There's like this long silver and blue cloak. There is a pair of crossed like metal bars with these very spiky points at the end. There's what looks to be like made from wood, but a very, very ornately painted holy sword that hangs on the wall. Like, there's just all these weird tacky decorations that don't mean a whole lot to any of you.
Yep, mean nothing at all to me. Don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, right? Who wears blue and silver?
Oh, shitty decorations. And I'll walk up to the counter.
Yeah, actually, Quinn, you can roll a history check if you want to try to examine the decorations, but
She's probably not really examining them too closely.
okay. Ryan, on the way over here near a kind of near an alley where there's like this little trash receptacle, you do see something on the ground that you were looking for.
I'll pick them up, put them in my pocket.
Look at this guy scavenging trash off the street. Look at this weirdo.
One man's
mean-
trash is another man's treasure. I mean, trash.
Ayy.
I mean, your girlfriend scavenged us off the street, and we're kind of trash, so, you know.
Kind of.
Hey, that's not true.
Yourself.
Oh, very astute.
I have an affinity for broken things.
Ow! Anyway, large black coffee, please. Thank you very much.
Hello, welcome to Sindra and Kreetz's coffee shop.
Hello. Nice to meet
You
you.
want some coffee?
I'd love some coffee. Large black coffee. Please and thank you.
Large black coffee. Okay, there's many of you. Just one large black coffee?
Oh, they're on their own. This is for me.
All right, 1 silver piece.
I'll hand it over.
I pick up like, is it 5 donuts or something, and a huge coffee, and then a small coffee for myself.
All right, they're sold in packs of 6.
Yep, I pick 6 up.
Aw.
All
And
right,
the
you
massive
get
coffee.
6 donuts, an extra large coffee with what in it? Oh God, this is getting too close to reality.
I was gonna say, let's
Yeah,
not play
RJ
this
just clocked
game.
in.
Let's say
Yeah.
we get coffee as we're looking for.
We
No.
get coffee.
No,
We get coffee.
We just
Hi,
get
can I
coffee,
have-
but I plonk the huge coffee and donuts right in front of Mickey.
Can I have
Just
a
leave them
venti
there.
cold brew, 8 classic, 8 chestnut praline, and cream?
hey, shut up.
What name? What name are we giving for these, by the way?
My partner numbers are.
All right, large black coffee. What's her name for the cup?
Fine.
With 2 N's.
2 ends. 2
Right,
ends.
2 N's.
Yeah.
When you get the coffee, it says NRYAN.
Yeah, excellent.
And Ryan.
The Ryan, for coffee and 6 donuts.
Thank you very much.
The first N silent.
Yeah.
Uh,
I take the coffee before I give it to Mickey, and I scribble out the R, and then just draw a little cat underneath, and then give it to her.
Should have been.
Oh.
I think she's getting the chicken out.
I drink half my coffee, summon Toadsworth, and just throw the other half of the cup right in her mouth.
Are we
Yes, you
outside?
summon a giant toad in public. This can only go
Say,
well.
are we
Oh
in
my
the coffee
God.
shop?
Hey,
What happened?
is that a service pit?
Yes.
Okay, I can't ask any more questions after that.
I mean, it is a pet that serves me, so yes, technically, it is a service.
2 of the younger dwarf baristas walk out from behind the counter and walk over and just start petting. Oh my God, your toad is so cute. What a cutie.
Oh, please don't pet her. She's a service animal.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Thank you, though, for being understanding.
They walk off behind the counter.
Tasha's gonna put a silver piece on the counter and say, "Can I have strawberry tea, please?"
Strawberry tea?
Tarberry tea.
Strawberry tea?
Mm-hmm.
We still got that? Yes, we still have it in stock.
I'm
Too
assuming
close
my
to
cost
reality.
basically a gold, so I'm just taking the gold off.
Okay. You've put the cost for everyone.
Much.
And for you, miss.
I'll just have a large coffee. Nothing fancy.
All right. Another large coffee is served. Names for the cups, please.
Hers is
Quinn,
Quinn
no,
with
you.
2 N's.
Yes.
You get NQIN.
Yeah.
And you?
Shh.
Oh, sorry. What's your name?
Hush.
I'm not sure I could talk any quieter than this. I'm a dwarf.
I knew this campaign would turn into a coffee shop AU fanfic at some point.
HUSH.
Got
No,
it.
that's literally her name.
All right. Yours is spelled correctly because you spelled it out.
Yes.
All right. You all go sit at a table with all your stuff. having your service pet. What day is it? How long have you guys been at the Coal Quest?
It is the 17th of Victoria.
Okay.
Oh
sorry.
God.
What was that?
Coming soon to a theater near you. So, you guys, table's yours. What do you want to do?
All right. And she's going to slam the map on the table. Boom! Library. Right? Next.
What map is this? Do we have a map of the Coal Quest?
We don't have a map of the Cold
Like,
Quest.
no,
No, we do
don't.
not have a map of the Coal Quest.
She slams the map of the entire continent of Bersoth on the table.
No, I'm like, we have
No, we start
that.
setting
Points
up,
to the
like,
tiny
we start
island.
setting up like the little sugar packets. I'm like, all right, so this represents this thing, and then if we're here, and this is we like making a map on the table.
Yes!
The priest just groan at you, making a total mess out of.
Yep.
Hush just wants at one point in time to dramatically sweep everything off a table while she puts a map down, and it's so obvious.
Just want that chance, man.
So
Well, we know
library
the
next.
library. You might be able to find a map near the library or information at the library as to what else is on this island.
That's
I know.
true.
I know this is like a secret religious island. Do you think they have like a visitor center with a map? Probably not.
A visitor
What's a
center?
visitor center?
No! Yells the dwarf.
Thank you. Okay, that answers that.
Hey, can
So
you just tell us anything like interesting on this island that we're close to?
Did you know my grandfather lost his foot in a troll attack?
Yeah, okay, never mind.
To be fair, that is pretty interesting.
I mean,
Go on. Do tell.
so we know there's trolls on this island. Good to know.
Oh, I got
Well-
work to do.
All right, so what? Library, and then just, I guess, fly around and see if we can see anything interesting.
Well, at the library, we can find a map. Or, not map, a map, like you suggested. And then from there,
Reach
could
the eye
find a map.
twitches.
I mean, we do still have to go back to the graveyard at some point.
yep.
Or if
We-
anyone else wants to check out those spires nearby.
Want to go at night
that
to the
we just-
graveyard?
Actually, should you go back and get some more sleep, Rista, so you're ready for your graveyard romp tonight?
Is that tonight?
It can be if you want. I know you need to do it at nighttime.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, do you want to go back and take another nap while we go do other things?
Or can find you a nook in the library where we can sleep.
She looks
while
at
we research.
she looks at Mickey with big puppy dog eyes, like, please, can I go do that?
Mickey just like gives her a small smile and squeezes her hand.
She takes her coffee with her and she goes, thank you, and leaves the coffee shop, kisses Mickey on the cheek on the way out.
Aww. Okay, so we've lost our wizard, and now we're going to the library. I mean, I'm glad she's taking a nap, but
I mean, I think some of us are still pretty good at reading. We don't necessarily need Risa to do our reading for us.
And we're going
that's
to need
true.
her to be fully recharged for when we go to the library anyway.
Mhm.
That's true.
Does this mean I get to finish off my hand axe before we go to the library?
I thought we were going to be heading out after coffee.
I mean, I'm not very good at reading, so.
We
I
don't
mean, if
all
you-
go to the library.
Yeah, if you want to stick behind and work on the hand axe, I mean, that way.
Where to find us.
Yeah, it's so nearly done.
Also,
Yeah.
who say they don't have any workbenches at the library, too?
I don't think the library would like if he were like punching holes in their walls and making
Yeah,
loud noises.
I can keep
Okay.
it quiet, but not that quiet. Most of the rest of this is, to be fair, not really, like heavy machinery style work. It's just like tinkering now.
And still, it'll be good to have you back at the hotel so when Risto wakes up, she won't be, on her own.
Okay,
If you want,
I-
that is.
that seems fine. Yeah. Are you okay, Mickey?
This donut is really healthy tasting. What is that? Mmm.
Okay, that's
It almost sounds like
a
you're eating
yes.
a salad. Wow.
She'll be
They have
fine.
crunchy donuts.
It's got
One of the
sprinkles.
One of the wait staff walks over. Those are our avocado and strawberry donuts.
Ugh.
They're actually really healthy for you.
That's so gross.
I hate avocado.
But does Mickey?
Oh.
Yes.
Also, that sounds disgusting.
Does
Yeah, it
sound
does.
really bad.
The other one is our twice fried frosted sprinkle.
I swear I ordered those. I didn't order the healthy ones. I know Mickey too well.
Um,
Um,
Mickey is just kind of like, she's just very like downcast and subdued, just kind of quietly munching on a donut. She to answer your question, she just kind of gives like a small shake of her head.
I forget what the question was. We talked about
are you
breakfast
okay?
again. Ah,
It was genuinely an "Are you okay?" question.
well, do you want to go back and take a nap with Rista, or we'll look for stuff at the library for you and Ryan? Okay. You've been up and through a lot, so yeah. You gonna be able to sleep after all that coffee?
She's not usually great, but she'll be fine. I think a lie down is more important than sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead, Jackie.
Go
I'm
on,
just
you can
trolling
eat.
you.
Yeah.
I'm just trolling you. Go ahead, Jackie.
So the rest of this coffee spent venture takes place as eventually you're asked, is there anything else I can get for you?
I think we should be good, right?
I'll
Yeah. Thank you.
get one to. I'll get a large one to go. I'll need it for today, but otherwise
All
I'm
right.
fine.
You got it, man. You got it, man. Narayan.
Yes, that is indeed my name.
Excellent. It's your large coffee. Who's footing the bill for this?
I hand him a. Is it a silver?
The total bill that you guys have racked up is probably 5 silver at this point.
Okay, I will hand him all 5 silver.
Oh yeah, I forgot we all got a bit of a dragon's horde.
Yeah, I'll hand him all the money happily.
That you have.
Yeah, all my money, all 330 gold. Yeah, no, I'll hand him all the 5 silver.
That's all you got? Damn, you're
Yep.
poor.
Yep.
Thank you. Hope you enjoyed your stay.
It was very pleasurable. Thank you.
All right. So is this a fly to the library or is this a walk? I actually don't know where this library is.
I think it's a decent distance from here.
Yeah, probably a fly.
Okay.
You guys
All
are on the Cold Quest map on Roll20, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So let me ping stuff. Also, Quinn, on the way out, it's weird hanging over the door on the opposite side, like so you can't see it when you're walking in, but you can on your way out. You do see this familiar family crest, this like curved wallscape that has a bunch of tassels hanging from it.
Just kind of like gives it a little bit of a smile. And then walks out.
On the same wall, there's also a wood carved, kind of badly made, like this light green yellow lyre that hangs there. Reminds you of Moonstone in a way. And you recognize some of these artifacts, but you make your way out after seeing the crest.
Mhm.
You guys are
Totally
right about
safe.
here. The library is over here. It's
Whoa.
pretty much the same distance as the Temple of the Many-Handed Goddess.
Okay. So back to the hotel and mount up again?
Yep.
All right.
Regulators!
Mount up. God, I haven't heard that song in a minute. Anyway.
The three of you mount your wyverns. Ryan and Mickey, you start to walk back inside the hotel together, back to the suite. Anything you guys want to share with each other? Oh, Jackie's eating chicken.
No, you're good. You're good. I can pause in my eating of poultry and
Well,
leafy
what
greens.
what do you guys hope to find specifically at the library?
I've been making a list.
Uh,
Well, I guess things about this island in general, and points of interest on it, maybe.
Do you think
I
they
mean,
have
go
Oh,
ahead.
go for it. I would say, do you think they have specific books on how to steal tulips from cultivators?
Oh yeah,
My guess
sure,
is
sure.
probably not, but we might be able to find out more about Tide Court and the Great Canvas in general. That
Mm-hmm.
might be useful.
That would be handy. Especially since they've been around for so long. They have a lengthy history, but their history is really sheltered. It's just a matter of figuring out what has slipped out. Either by
I think
stories or songs.
I also think anything we want to find out related to any gods, this is probably the place to look. Because anywhere else we go, they're biased against them.
That's really true.
I did want to look into the Fathomless. My uh,
Yeah,
patron, I guess, is the word. Yeah, maybe.
Might be worth a shot. Might have something on it.
Yeah. Even if they don't, it's not like I'm losing information.
true. And I also want to see how many spells I can learn about and how many spell pages I can make. Gonna
Okay.
try. Might come in handy, never know.
So you all mount up on your wyverns and begin to fly toward the Library of the Divine Question. Meanwhile, Ryan and Mickey, do you share anything with each other on your way into the hotel room?
I just looked at Mickey.
still, still just kind of like downcast. Like her aura is just exhausted, tired, sad.
Before when we get to her room, I'll just pull her into a hug.
Mhm.
Just leave it, you know. No, it's not easy, but we'll fix this. We always have.
And you just feel her nod slightly against your chest. She pulls away and gives you a small smile before opening the door and heading inside.
You guys head inside. Ryan, you go to continue your work on the hand axe, and Mickey, you slip into a dark little corridor where there's a bed, and Rista is sleeping on the bed very, very soundly.
I'll just crawl up into bed next to her.
All right. As you do, she rocks awake for a second, turns around to face you rather than being the little spoon. And she says, "Sorry, I'm so tired. Our friends kept waking me up. Also, sleeping on the temple bench was not easy."
imagine your back probably hurts from it.
Oh yeah, a little bit, but it's gonna be okay. I am worried about you as far as what was described to me. I wish I could have been present for it. I I think I would prefer to be part of the future than part of the past. I'm just happy to be with you here now.
Me too.
Surrounded by such prolific destiny and the harms of ancient times. If you ever need a reminder that there's still just a world with just people and normalcy here, just look at me because I am just a person.
She just gives a small chuckle and shakes her head a little bit. Aren't we all?
She kisses your forehead and turns around and nuzzles up next to you, falls back asleep.
And Mickey will just kind of lay there in the dark before closing her own eyes after a while.
And to your comfort as you start to drift off, no dream will be had today. You're able to get some rest. Ryan, why don't you roll your 4-hour check?
What do I need? Oh, an average roll. A 20. Not natural.
I think that does it, right?
Think so.
Nice.
After a few hours of work, it teleports into your hand. You throw it again and
I really need to patent this. This is great. Okay. Oh. Well, this will be useful. Excellent. Oh boy, I've been waiting to do this for a while. Let's remove the hand axe. And I need to remove another component. Right. I will probably go over to the. Well, I don't know how long they're going to be at the library.
we can get there when we get there. Let's see
Yeah.
how they do.
Yeah.
That would have taken you 4 hours. So
Oh yeah.
the rest of you fly through a different mountain passage and out across the town of Sildasail, down the southern pass here next to the mountain range. You fly, and eventually you see the giant, like Gothic-looking library that sits there at the southern edge of town. And it has like this kind of weird mixture of this like almost dark ancient elvish architecture. It's very pointy, very jagged, very gothic. Good for little goth boys and girls. You land near the entrance. There's a few people just kind of walking around, like a couple elves walking inside, a pair of elves with these books that are talking to one another as they approach inside the building. The gateway has no door. It is open to the inside. And you can see on the sign up front as you walk towards it, it says Library of the Divine Question, open 24 hours.
Oops.
I didn't know. Hush. How was I to know?
Now we know. So if in the future we need to come here in the middle of the night to do sneaky research, we can.
Is it really? Is it really sneaky if they're open 24 hours though?
Well, no, but I guess I'd feel sneaky if I was coming into a library at midnight.
I'm just not even gonna say it. We're here. I'm not upset. I just want to read.
Wait, you know how to read?
Faye,
I'm sorry, Mickey wasn't here. I had to say it.
I went to one of the best schools in Narrow Shadow against my will. I learned a lot while I was there.
Yeah, but that's like
Notably, how to read.
I know you know how to read. Hush.
Great.
If you guys aren't gonna go inside, do you mind? There's kind of a line forming behind you. If I could just sneak by if you're not gonna go. This like random human guy behind you is like, why are they just stopped arguing on the stairs?
What do you mean a line? It's a library.
Yeah, but like you're blocking the whole thing, the whole
Oh.
stairwell. You're just kind of talking. Some of us are trying to get work done.
Oh,
All right, let's go in.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. Becky, look after your siblings. You're in charge.
They're doomed.
What the fuck? He keeps a few paces back from you guys as you enter the library.
Yeah, keep walking.
All right, so you enter and you see this gigantic open hall and this completely like horseshoe shaped, multi-tiered, probably 10 shelves high worth of books. There's one of those cool ladders on the rolly wheels that they use at libraries that are really cool. That people are using to like push over and get to the top shelf. They're practicing good safety as one of the persons holding the ladders and the other one's climbing up. They do observe proper work safety precautions. There is a very, very large chandelier that kind of looks like almost like a crystal windmill as it twists, like it hangs down in that way, but it's multi-tiered. So there's like almost these like windmill blades that like 1 tier, 2 tiers, 3 tiers, 4 tiers. It's like 5 tiers high, and with each tier it gets a little thinner, so it kind of makes this bell shape. There is a front desk with a registry there. There is 2 librarians, both of whom are looking to be of wood elf descent. They look similar to each other, like they might be family, and they both have like longer pointed ears, and these brown robes with black sashes. You see that there are these little like arched doorways, like in spaces that lead to other corridors and chambers, at the bottoms of the bookcases that go in this large horseshoe. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna try to find, without bothering the librarians, I'm gonna see if I can find it myself first, because I know how annoying that is. I'm gonna try to find like a maps section or like a geography section. Basically trying to track down like the history of this place or like something that might have a layout or a map of this place.
Okay. As you go ahead and roll an investigation check.
Sure. I'm usually good at those. Well, I rolled a 9, so that's 18.
18. Shit.
So pretty damn good.
Walking around, you do find a section on geography, and there's one section with like just one row on the third tier of the shelf. You see that there are rolled up implements that would you would assume they're maps of different places. Looking around, you like start to open them. You are told by someone who walks by like library rules, just make sure you just put the one back you already opened before you open a new one, okay?
Got it. Thank you.
And what specific map are you looking for?
I'm looking for a map of the Coal Quest. So we can finally have one.
You, after going through 4 or 5, you notice how the system is organized, like by continent, by and by region, and you finally get the map of the Coal Quest. And as you open it, you see this on roll 20.
Everything?
Though there are different names for a couple things on the map that you unroll. First of all, the spires of the cultivators and the construct are not labeled. They just have the pictures there without the words. The place that says unknown does not have a word there. It says dangerous territory.
Mm.
And the Lost Gods ruins is called Old Bahamut's Temple.
Oh. Okay. Louis, that was a bad time to leave, my friend.
So that was the
Not that
Lost
important.
Ruins.
Yeah, better for a surprise.
It's true. No one tell him.
You know what the joy
Oh.
of wireless
Just writing
headphones
this
is.
down.
Yeah.
Boo.
Is it Old Bahamut's Temple?
Yes.
That implies a new one somewhere.
Oh my God, Faye.
I mean, does it not?
I guess they're not exactly like selling these here, and I can't really like go make a copy of them. So
I mean, I
I
can
guess I
jot
will
them down.
just. But yeah, I was gonna say I can make notes to myself or glance over it for any important looking places and just try to remember it.
If only there was someone skilled at map making with you.
Yeah,
That
it's a
would...
shame I don't know anyone.
No
like that.
idea.
Yeah, it's a shame you don't know anyone good at map making.
Yeah.
Nah.
Are you with me, or are you looking up your own things right now?
I'm at the front desk.
Okay.
Quinn, as she does, is just walking around on her own, just kind of wanders away from you guys and starts looking through maps. Hush and Faye, what are you doing in these first moments?
I'm going to head up to the front desk and talk to one of the librarians there.
Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to the Library of the Divine Question.
Thank you.
Service.
Just wondering if you have a section perhaps on water gods or it's something that I think I heard one of my friends use the phrase like patrons, specifically calling themselves maybe the Fathomless, if that rings a bell, or anything like that. I don't know why Jackie's laughing at me.
Let me check the registry really quick. I'll be right back in a moment.
That shit ain't sus at all, Fran.
First of all, do you give me permission to cast a quick spell to make sure that you are not a infiltrator from the Truce of Sand and Rain coming to shut us down here?
Oh, yes.
What?
Go ahead. Knock yourself out.
All right. This wood elf gestures and casts a spell and peers into your thoughts for a moment. You can feel the kind of tickle in your mind. She comes back out a moment later. All right, I'll check the registry. Thanks.
Thank you.
Give me a moment.
No problem.
Comes back a few moments later. The word fathomless doesn't quite register here, but we did cross-reference some of those themes, and we do have a special section of the library that has some slightly forbidden tomes. Ones of more evil nature.
Yeah, that's what I was
There is a
afraid of.
creature described in, or a patron, a god, a creature beyond limit, we'll call it. Oh god, hold on. I have to go find where I wrote this down.
I was not expecting to walk into a library and be like, hey, what about? I was expecting to get like, yeah, no, I got no idea what you're talking about. So,
Hold on, I have it somewhere. We do have a section of the sort. However, it's been closed off for a long time. There have been some light defense precautions that have been taken into effect, and I'm not sure if they're still lingering in that way. So if you wish to enter there, I would proceed with caution. Evil deities can be a bit fickle in their way of.
okay, so forbidden as in you keep people out for their safety, not forbidden as in I couldn't possibly take a peek in and find out what I might have gotten myself into.
Correct.
I mean, no, any port in a storm. So yeah. I do. I need to sign like a liability form or something like that.
Oh, here it is. An entity that is, I assume, a rumor lost to time. I assume kind of just ancient people creating reasoning for natural events, as you know, happens sometimes. Like, don't get me wrong, there are real gods, but not all of them come from a real place.
Yes.
But there is a creature of the description you matched, referenced as the Tide Without End.
I mean, yeah. I'd love to go check that book out. Or I mean, not check it out isn't check it out, but look it over if possible.
You came in with friends.
I did.
I would take them with you. As I said, there are anti-evil defense precautions in that room. Nobody really goes in there anyway, but just be careful.
I will. Could you point me in the direction, and I'll get my friends when they're done.
Oh, last room on the right.
Oh,
And
fuck you.
she apparates a key in her hand. She's like, there'll be about a 60-foot long tunnel. At the end of the tunnel, you'll need this key. Open the door. Simple as that.
Thank you. For some reason, I thought these were going to be really complicated left-right turn directions again. But thank you.
Nope, just one hallway. Keep it simple. Question's complicated, so our organization of it has to remain simple.
All right. Thank you very much for your help.
A pleasure.
And I'll go start looking for Quinn.
All right. Hush, what are you doing in this meantime?
I'm gonna dig around for any books that I can find relating to either the Iris Queen, the Gardens, anything like that. Anything lore based or any stories that might have slipped out of the
All right,
save.
pick a focus and we'll go with that.
Iris Queen.
You want to research the Iris Queen?
Yeah, sounds interesting.
All right. You can go ahead and roll a investigation check.
14.
14. You look around in sections of different advocates of their own royalty, like more of these, like you take the name Queen and you start to research based on that. In a little while, you narrow down your search to a smaller section of the library that's kind of like obscure members of self-proclaimed royalty, and you find mention of what is the Iris Queen. It is referenced in the material that you read that the Iris Queen, as you know, keeps some stranger company, some humanoid, but mostly like fiendish or monstrous in nature, like sort of these like outcast but sentient, intelligent creatures, and that they are very hyper focused on finding the what they call the tethers. Specifically, they are focused on finding a chrysanthemum. All this archiving of the experiences that people have had have lead to the same like sneaky place where creatures would try to coax groups of people into helping them to retrieve a tether and have not been successful. And you read into the next page that the rest of the literature on the Iris Queen has been locked within the Forbidden Library Chamber.
Forbidden Library Chamber? That's jank.
You hear Hush say that out loud as people are looking over at her as you walk by Faye.
Ooh, did I hear forbidden?
Yeah, and she kind of just crumples herself, kind of disheveled and irritated.
I'll hold up the key. Guess where I'm going?
Her eyes brighten immediately. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
I was told we might die, so let's go get Quinn.
Alright, quick. Let's go get her.
You guys find Quinn looking over this map. Eventually, a librarian sees you like trying to like copy elements of it or take notes on it. She's like, "Do you need to borrow the map and return it?" It is a library. You can take material out.
Well, I didn't know exactly how long we were going to need it for, so I figured it was better to have our own copy.
Just register your information with me, and you can just take it out and tell me when you're going to return it.
Yeah, that might be easier.
All right, sounds good. Fill out this form.
I'll fill out the form.
Hand it back. All right, that's Colquest map A1. Oh, that was made by a brilliant map maker, actually. Pretty accurate.
Good to know. Are there more maps of the Cold Quest?
There's other interpretations. That's the most accurate one, though.
I think I'll stick with this one then.
All right. You notice that Faye and Hush, with great big smiles and struts, are approaching you, and they are very keenly looking at you.
What'd you guys find?
Well, you know how the pattern for the past month has been like everything's cool and everything's calm, and then, potential death happens?
Unfortunately, yes.
It's death o'clock.
Yeah, we're not breaking that streak today.
This is a library. What potential death is in the library?
Well, I
We
mean,
don't
if we're
know. We gotta
talk,
find out.
I mean, yeah, if we're talking general, like collapsing book stacks, paper cuts, death by 1,000 paper cuts, that's horrible. But anyway, there is also a forbidden section of the library that has protections and wards against it that Hush and I need to go in, and I was told in no uncertain terms to make sure I brought my friends with me, because it might be dangerous.
Emphasis on forbidden. No secret can be kept from me.
I mean, they gave me a key, so they're not exactly keeping it. Like, not forbidden, like secret forbidden, but forbidden as in, like, you're right.
Sounds like
Secrets.
the place we
Yes.
need to be then.
Yeah. Now look down at the map. Old Bahamut's Temple. Huh, weird.
Yeah, I figured this would come in handy. I mean,
Yeah,
flying all
Bahamut.
over this island, we might as well know where we're going.
that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
So, forbidden?
Forbidden. Come on, come on,
Go
come on.
ahead. I'll be right behind you.
Yes! Woo!
All right, we are off. I don't know why we're so happy about this, but we
Why
are
am
off
I
to.
mom?
You guys walk down this 60-foot long corridor, and there's these um, what is it? Eternal flame. What's that spell that makes the flame that lasts forever?
Continuous one.
Continuous flame spell that burns in these candelabras in red. As you are kind of walking, it has this eerie feel, like this reddish glow to the hallway. You see the perfectly shaped, arching stone pathway. You walk 60 feet down, and in front of you, there is a single wooden door.
All right, so I have the key. Do we need to I figured the key, like, should we look for like magical wards?
Yeah.
I don't think they do
I'm gonna
anything
get-
harmful to
We don't know
us.
yet. We don't know yet.
But I mean, if they're just handing out this key to people at the library,
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt to check. I'm gonna use my mage pot.
Mage paw.
Roll investigation.
What's that spell? Eternal flame? No, that's the Bengals, but close.
13.
I'm sorry, RJ.
That one's a slow burn.
I was like, wait a second, I know that.
13. You are able to inspect the perimeter of the door. There are no wards or traps on the door itself.
Anything on the floor, wall, ceiling?
No, not here.
Alright, I think it's safe.
Crack open that door.
Crack open the door, and you go into this lightless room. It is very, very dark in here, though you all have dark vision. You can see that the chamber is almost completely circular, and within it there is very much shorter rows of books. There is a second chandelier in the same way that hangs from the ceiling here. There are some study tables laid out around, though they are very dusty. Like you dust part of one off, and there's like a quarter-inch thick layer of soot or dust that's kind of just on the floor and tables here. A very unused place. The tomes themselves are creepy. Some of them seem to have been scavenged from cults in the way that their bindings have these like very, very strange like demonic symbols, and like some have like the picture of a face with tentacles coming off of it, like you would imagine a mind flayer. Just all these kinds of crazy symbology. It's unlike any library you've ever been in. Hush, there's nothing like the library at school.
So I'll kind of look.
It's just as exciting.
I'll kind of look around. So you two, what do you think the over under is on like half these books being made of skin?
Way over.
Yeah, probably
Okay.
a good amount of them.
Yeah.
Man.
Okay.
So what exactly were you looking for in these sections?
Yeah, actually, Hush, what were you looking for?
Well, I was trying to find information. She's going to cast Minor Illusion and write it out. Iris Queen. I got some bits and pieces, and it seems as though that this individual keeps a very secretive company that tries to coax people into finding the tethers themselves, chrysanthemums specifically. I'd rather not say her name out loud because last time we were doing that over in the Veins of Ikarn, weird shit started happening. I'd rather not mention her if we don't have to.
I mean, she very much did succeed in getting one of her people in there. We killed him, but yeah, or I killed him.
Right, exactly. And we don't know what else it's going to bring. What were you here though for, Faye? Since you got the key.
Um, I was asking at the front desk, and they directed me here for a book on the. Oh my god, it's already slipped my mind.
The
The
tide without end.
the Tide Without End. There we go. Yes, which kind of seems, might be a good thing to read.
Is this related to your patron, right?
Maybe, I'm not too sure, but
And
I got no information, so it's worth a
Tide with
shot.
no
It's like a
end
place to
sounds
start.
very.
Yeah.
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 So do we split up from here? Or.
I mean, how big's the room?
The room has about a 60-foot diameter.
Okay.
It's kind of a circular room.
Okay. So yeah, we can still like see and hear each other if we split up. Um, yeah, I'd say so. Quinn, is there anything forbidden you might want to look into here?
I mean, I don't know specifically if it would be in this section. There's a few things I wanted to look up, but I don't know if they would be here.
Well, what did you want to look into? Because if we have, access to this place, we're either going to find it here or somewhere else in the library.
I mean, just in general, more information about what's happening here. So whether that's information about the gardens, or these cultivators, or just Tide Court in general. Would I be able to just go through it? I don't know how specific I have to get with what I'm looking for. If I could just go through and just kind of scan through like the spines of them and see if there's any names that pop out to me as like something that's relevant to all the different things that we've been.
You're specifically looking for information about the cultivators of the garden. You're looking for information on the Iris Queen, and you're looking for information on the Tide Without End. All right. As you split up and start to stagger across the different parts of this library, you find that there is, like you walk up to 3 different sections, 2 of which are like one of which is in this circle, like just about at 9 o'clock. Hush, you go that way. One of them is about at 11 o'clock, and Faye, you go into that area there, and Quinn, you go to about 4 o'clock on the other side, and you start to scavenge. Almost at the same time, since you all are kind of doing this at the same time, you reach forward, and there's this resonant barrier that as you press your hand toward it, this huge wall of spectral chains just pours down from the ceiling and just prevents your hand from getting through. You push on it and it shakes and rattles like chains, but you can't push your strength any further than it. as you do, as Hush and Quinn, you're going through this experience, and Faye, you look up, and at the very 12 o'clock portion of this library, on the top tier of the shelf, there is a statuette head that looks to be some sort of like humanoid boar-like figure that like has this snout and these two sapphires in its eyes, and the sapphires begin to illuminate.
Hmm.
As they do, the head and looks down, and the sapphire eyes make contact with you.
Hello? Can you hear me?
What is your purpose for being in this chamber?
Okay, you can hear me. Okay. I seek information on the tide without end.
The sapphires roll back, and then there's these like black pit, almost like dark amethyst that then start to flash with this purple, and the flashing energy drives these two laser point beams straight at your heart. And as they do, it makes this connection. You feel this tingle. The sapphire eyes roll back.
The presence of something else travels with you. I cannot let you look at a book of such a nature.
Huh. Is there anything I can do to plead my case? What if I promise to not use it for evil purposes? Because I really don't want to do that.
It is not you that needs to promise.
You hear a voice creep into your head, Faye. This.
Yes. Take the book. Drown this one in pain.
Whatever guardian is here loosens the chains as your hands start to pass through, and you can see that the chains attach themselves to the bookshelves in like manifesting as a like a full-walled shelf of like chained books. And the creature, whatever the guardian construct, looks down and says,
I am sorry about your physical form, but you carry something evil and must be destroyed.
and you see two of these like stone arms reach up and
We see and hear this too.
Yeah.
join the head
Okay, yeah, we're gonna go over there.
and starts to crawl down. And when we come back to that, you guys are going to need to roll initiative.
No way.
Oh no! No fighting in the library, guys. Come on.
No!
Mickey and Ryan, you do have 4 hours. Mickey, I assume you rest for those 4 hours and take a dreamless night's sleep. You eventually wake up with Rista in your charge, and Ryan, you finish the axe in that time.
Yeah.
And I think we're going to pick it up at that point next week.
Books are bad. Don't read.
The whole lesson of this entire Halgia campaign is don't read. It will incite very, very dangerous thinking.
Yep.
All books
Wow.
should be banned. Please don't quote me on that. I don't mean that at all. I read all.
If there's anyone watching this, I will pay $100 if I can have a GIF or an audio clip of that, of RJ saying books
Don't
should be
read.
banned.
I mean, once it's on YouTube, you can clip it.
I mean, that's true.
If that happens, I'm gonna choose the most controversial fantasy novel I can find and just read it for 3 hours on stream out loud to you guys.
Harry Potter.
Twilight.
Listen, I have told you 1,000,000,000,000 times. Copyright is a thing.
So
We cannot get
I
banned.
can't read Harry Potter on stream.
No.
Can I mention? We can't mention the name.
I don't think
either.
we're allowed
No,
to
we
even
can
say the
mention.
name. We're not
We
allowed
can
to
say
talk
Harry
about
Potter.
it.
No, you can't read it on stream, but if you do in fact write a fan fiction about how Bella and Edward go to Hogwarts, you could read that on stream.
Alternatively, you could
fucked
write a
up.
fan
Very
fiction
fun.
about how everyone decides that there's a transphobic person in the group and they all decide to cut them off entirely because they're a terrible human being and shouldn't be part of it entirely.
Hey!
I like that angle.
RJ's like, all right, this got away from us here at the end.
This is my fault. It's my fault.
Oh,
Hope you guys had
Anyway,
fun. Anyone
please-
watching this, past, present, future, other timelines, different multiverse avenues, maybe even,
Time loop.
I only started saying that in the introduction after you and Faye started talking about a time loop. Check the timing of your conversations. So go ahead and follow and subscribe if you'd like. Again, this has been Halgia D&D with these lovely players and myself, the General Master, the Game Master. What a disaster.
The general manager.
what a disaster.
I lost my beanbag.
No.
Anyway,
I hope you all have a great week.
Bye.
yes indeed.
Bye.
Bye.